Hello boys and welcome back. In this episode we're going to be talking about how women like successful men, and this is a good thing. So many guys get offended. Oh, it's atrocious. Women are gold diggers. They just want to be with rich guys. They just want to be with, whether it's true or not, you have the answer. You have the answer. Like why are you so offended? You know, once you've got the answer, you can then do something with that and you can chase down success. You can chase down wealth. I know it's not easy, right? But there's different levels to the game. Successful to one woman might be a guy who's on 60 to 80,000 a year. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I think any man on the planet can earn that in their sleep with 5 years of hard work. And, you know, once you get to that level, there might be women that are like, damn, I really like that guy. He's at the level I want to be at. You know, I think the majority of women in the world would see 80,000 a year as a successful guy who could tick all the boxes that she needs in life. You know, there we go. It's easy. You know, so women like successful guys. You have the answer. There's an achievable level to get there. Problem solved. But there's something called, and I've told you guys about this before, the male advantage. Okay? Now, anybody who's new to this, the male advantage is that men peak later in life. You've got to think about this from the other point of view. This is why having the answer that women want successful men is so good, because you can do something about it. Whereas, imagine from the other side of the coin, because there's something called the female disadvantage, which is that women maybe peak from 18 to 30, if they're lucky. You know, if they're lucky. That's very rare occasions. Most women, because they're unappreciative, fall apart pretty quickly. You know, they're born hot, out of nowhere, they get all this male attention, but they carry on living the life that they were living. Because when they were 18, they had a high metabolism. They naturally got hips and boobs and curves and whatever, and guys wanted to fuck them. But as they get older, that metabolism slows, but they weren't ever hitting the gym. They weren't ever working on themselves. So over time, they continue eating all the shit food that they were eating, the same lifestyle they were living before, because that's what got them to where they are. And suddenly their life just goes like that and plummets, and it all disappears. But imagine being born a woman who's not hot. Imagine that scenario. Just imagine that. You know, so a hot woman gets to 18, whatever, gets all this male attention, has done nothing for it, fantastic, ticks all the boxes, married, kids, whatever, moves forward. Imagine being a woman who's born not hot. That's a struggle. Because as much as that's not fair, every guy watching this will admit that they'd rather have a woman who was attractive than one who wasn't if they had the same personality. So a woman who's not hot is at a major disadvantage from the start. What can she do about it? Well, she can Kylie Jenner the fuck out of that shit if she's got the money. You know, she can get the plastic surgery, which I don't recommend. You know, but it's worked quite well for women in the past. Kylie Jenner, Kendall, Kim Kardashian, you know, they've all done it and they've made successful careers and they've become some of the most attractive women in the world, as, you know, magazines will have you think, when it's not even close, right? But as a man, you know, you can actually do something about it. Like I said, as a woman, you're born not hot. It's like, fuck, what can I really do? If a woman goes and gets rich, like Oprah, we don't care. As men, we don't really care. It's not fair, but we don't care. We go, oh yeah, she's rich, yeah, but I wouldn't sleep with her. Yeah, there might be some guys out there who would, but on the majority, most of us would be like, nah, not interested. As a man, you could be born ugly. You could be born with bad genetics, out of shape. Self-improvement, you can do shit about it. And as I said, men peak later, so you've got a bigger window to make this shit happen. You could be 18 with, like I said, bad genetics, ugly guy, can't get any women. But you have the answer. You know that women like successful men, bit of money, you know, bit of clout, they're doing something with their life, they're moving forward, they have momentum, like I said the other day. And you go, okay, I'm going to work on myself for 10 years. You get to 28 years old and you're like, fuck, I'm a late bloomer. I'm in a great position now. You know, and suddenly you're able to get the women that you want to get. You have that male advantage, and you've still got another 8 years until you hit your peak at 36 as a man. You know, and that's just the start of the peak. It's not 1 year where it goes up and then that. Like, that's just the start. And it just continues for like as long as you want to stay in shape and time will permit, if you don't age too badly, right? But we have the answer. We know what it takes, and we have the time to correct that. We should be happy. We could have been born, like I said, an ugly woman who can't do anything about it, or even a hot woman who knows she's got a limited window. As a man, we have it all to look forward to, and we have the answer. We know what women find attractive. Like, it's not a problem. Women like successful men, great, good. Now I know what I need to do. You know, and you shouldn't do it just for women, just for their approval. But we'll all agree, life's better. Life's better and it's easier when you're sleeping with hot women, right? Every guy wants to walk into a bar, club, whatever, and all the girls in the place are looking at you. Like the hottest girls are coming over asking for your number. You feel like the man. You feel good. It's it's just a nice feeling. Nobody can deny that. But like I said, we have the answer. We know how to fix it all. If your life isn't going well, you have the male advantage, so you have time. You can grow into the man that you want to be. You know you've got to become successful in some sense of the word. It could be 80,000, it could be 80 fucking million, right? But there's this giant bracket that you can be in between and just sort your shit out. That's all women want, is a guy who's appears mature and has got his shit sorted. That's all it ever is at the end of the day. It's health in terms of appearance. And then on top of that, it's a guy who's mastered life, who's just figured it out. He's found a way to survive. And then on top of that, you'll get the women in return. But based on different scales, you can go up that ladder, but you'll get women in return. And we have the answer, guys. I keep saying it because I want to reiterate and get it stuck in people's minds. But we know what it takes. We have the answer. We know the solution. It's hard work. And we've got the time to do it. And time's still on our side once we've done it. And we could be 36 years old and then we could cash in on all the women that we've ever wanted in our lives. It's not a problem. So next time you sit there and think, oh, she's a gold digger, women only want men with money, it's like, stop moaning and do something, because it's a lot easier than women just wanting guys for looks. Because if you're not a good looking guy, it's like you might never be a good looking guy. Whereas if women want guys for money, success, whatever, clout, momentum, like I said, they're doing something with their life. It's kind of the same reason, but for different purposes. Like different women just want the money. Some women want a guy who's ambitious. Doesn't matter if he's successful. She just wants to see the drive. But it all revolves around the same kind of topic as such, or motivation factor, or a appealing factor for a woman. So it's like knowing that we can do something about it. We can change, we can evolve, we can make more money, we can become successful, we can self-improve, we can work on ourselves. And like I said in the previous video, September's the perfect time to do that because it gives you 7-8 months of hard graft. You do that every year for 10 years, you're going to be in a great position. But it's not a problem, guys. It's not a problem. It could be way worse. You could have been born an ugly woman. That's way worse than being born an ugly man who can do something about it and one day be a multi-millionaire dating a model. We've seen it happen, but we very rarely see ugly women with successful male models. Very rarely. But in the other way around, all the time you see multi-millionaire guys who are ugly with models. So, you have the solution, you have the answer. All it's going to take now is hard work, but there's no reason to complain because we have a solution.